what I want you to first do is just record your observations. Don't write down what has changed. Just record what do you see. The color, maybe it's changed in size, or maybe your snail, is doing some kind of funky thing. I don't know. Whatever you see is going on in there, okay? And then you can write what has changed. Did your snail move positions from when you remember? Did your fish, is he acting different, okay? Or does your Elodea look different? Duckweed? What has changed? If you don't remember, you can always flip back to your other charts that you've completed and compare to what you see now. Alright, so we're first just going to start with our aquariums. And then I need, let's have Riley from this group go back there and get your aquarium. Just do one person at a time so we don't knock each other over. Yeah, they're back there. I kind of pulled them to the side. Alright, and then let me get Riley from this group. You can get yours. And then let's get Zeke from that back group. You can get yours. Alright, and feel free to talk within your group, but let's not get too loud. Remember, let's keep our noise level down. And let's keep our conversations on task, okay? Let's keep it focused on what we're talking about. We're talking about our aquariums. Quietly, they've been working. Good job. Okay, so raise your hand, and from this group, raise your hand and tell me some things that you observed in your aquarium. Jody? You can see the algae. Where was your algae at? Inside of the water? Okay, all right. And what did you observe about your terrarium? Some things have grown. Do you know what those things are? Because you should have labeled. Okay, so it's the grass seed, all right. What about over here in this group, Riley? What did you notice about your aquarium?
There was a lot more algae in it, and it was the water was getting kind of thicker or something.
You felt like maybe the water was getting thicker? Okay, what color did you notice the water was, Amber?
It was kind of changing into like a beige.
It was changing into a beige color. Before it was more clear, and now it's a little bit, what would you say? Rivery? It looks like a river. Okay, that's a good comparison. All right, and then what about your terrarium? What did you notice? Aaliyah?
I noticed that a lot of things are changing because first when we put
Be more specific. What things are changing?
the cricket and the isopod, we can't find the isopods, and the crickets, they're sleeping and hiding and going everywhere, but not hopping like they were the first time.
Okay, interesting changes. What do you think the isopods are? Angela? Underground? Do you think they burrow down into the soil? They don't live underground? Okay, so when it got into the water, maybe it started getting heavier. Okay, good. All right, Branson, what about the terrarium?
We had two things die in it.
What were the two things that died?
The grasshopper and the rolling.
The cricket.
And I know, yeah, the cricket.
Why do you think they died?
They probably suffocated or something.
They probably suffocated. They have air holes in there, so they were able to breathe.
Okay.
Why do you think?
I think they died because they might have hit his head on top of the field.
Okay, you think it might hit his head. Let's think about things that a cricket would need, though. Raise your hand. Let's help out this group. Why do you think this group's crickets and isopods died? Jackson?
They may not have
supplying them water or food. That's good. I want you to keep that in mind as we go throughout the lesson, okay? And I want you to keep this question in mind. How do our plants and animals, how do our populations of plants and animals in our aquarium and terrarium, how do they interact within a community? Someone raise their hand and tell me, what is a community? Do you remember? If you have to, you can flip back to your notes. You took notes on it. And then raise your hand and tell me what a community is. Riley?
Is it like our humans, like animals or something? What it is?
It's not just humans. Jack?
A group of populations living and interacting with each other.
Yes, a group of populations living and interacting with each other. Okay, so we have a population of crickets, isopods, we have the population of mustard plants and the grass plants and also the alfalfa plants. So all those populations living together form the community within just the terrarium. And then the same with our aquarium. We have our aquatic plants and also our pond snail and our mosquito fish. They're all living together in one community, okay? Someone tell me, what is biotic? Remember that Greek root bio? That should help you figure out what the definition of biotic is. Alexis? Alive or living, okay? And then what about abiotic? Chloe? Non-living. It has never lived. What are some things that are non-living? Kaiser? A rock. Elena? The air. Bella? Water. The soil. And one more thing that's really important. The temperature. That's also important. I forgot about that. Good job. Jogged my memory. Okay, let's see. Zeke. It's in the sky. Big yellow ball. Branson?
The sun?
The sun! Good job! Give yourself a towel with that. The sun. Those are all abiotic things that affect our environment, okay? Now, what about a species? It was in your notes. Species. Aaliyah?
Kind of anything like an animal.
An organism? It could be plant or animal. Go ahead.
And they have a habitat.
And what can they do?
They can eat other animals.
They eat other animals. All right. Anna, help her out. Okay, so it's a group of organisms that can interbreed or produce fertile offspring. All right, and then what about, all right, I hope everybody knows what this is. Raise your hand and tell me what a population is. Shelby, you want to take a stab at it?
Is it where like there's a lot of people and it's like in this one city and it's like crowded and everybody goes in there because it's a population?
Yes, that's a great example of a population. A group of people living in an area at the same time. But who can tell me the definition? Because it doesn't just have to be people. That's a great example, Shelby. But it doesn't just have to be people. It could be plants or animals. All right, Jackson.
A population is a group of organisms of the same species who live in the same area at the same time.
All right, so it's the same species living in the same area at the same time. Everybody say that. It's the same species living in the same area at the same time. Good job. And a group of populations makes up what? A community. Good job. It makes up a community. Now, what about a habitat? Someone raise their hand and tell me what a habitat is. Braylee? The environment where a species normally lives. Someone raise their hand and give me an example of a habitat. Riley? Our classroom, that's our habitat. It's where we spend most of our time learning and getting together and interacting with one another. Good job. Way to go thinking outside the box. Jack?
Our house.
Your house, that's your habitat. That's where you live. Good job. Think about nature. What's a habitat? Let's see, someone hasn't had a chance to speak. Branson?
What about a bird's nest?
A bird's nest. That's a really good example. A bird's nest. All right, let's take one more. Helen? A forest. Okay. That's a little bit more general, so more specific. Think of an animal in the forest. A bear? What does a bear usually live?
And
I'm talking to Philip. Where do you think a bear lives? You don't know? Somebody want to help him out? Katie?
In a cave.
In a cave? Okay, good. All right. So, y'all did great with that. Remember,